Hey, it's Cole. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be flipping through a very exciting issue of Martha Stewart Living. This one is from March, February and March 1992. Martha's looking gorgeous, obviously, as always. On the back, we'll give you a sneak peek of that. It's an ad for the all-new 1992 Toyota Camry. We'll get into that a little bit later. Let's just jump into it. So here is our cover, Martha Stewart Living, February and March 1992. We have Martha working on what looks like chocolate leaves, I guess. There's like a raw open coconut here, a whole counter of out of focus flowers in the background. Of course, she's, I'm sure, has multiple projects going on at the same time. She's looking great with her jeans, a very snatched waist. It says here that we have a pull-out pattern for an exquisite needlepoint pillow. I'm looking forward to that. So we have a Chevrolet Lumina APV. This is a minivan. It sort of looks like a dust buster, very contrasting with this forest background. This magazine, you can see, is like a really big format, which I love. So I feel like I'm noticing it in particular here. This kind of reminds me of like a big issue of Vogue or something, where you can have like a giant close-up of a product like this. L'Oreal Plenitude Eye Defense, which is an eye product. Here's despite the size of everything else, a tiny little picture of the model applying this eye cream. Really gorgeous color scheme in this ad. We have this cool tone gray background with sort of a ballet pink text. Here's an ad for Grand Marnier, sort of a surreal, like Magritte feel, I think, with this clouds, this atmospheric kind of strange perspective. Feels very Magritte to me. I guess do you drink whole glasses of Grand Marnier? Isn't this like something that you would mix into something else? Here we have a furniture ad. Two furniture makers looking very fatherly, proud at this china cabinet, which means it has two daddies, which is very sweet. Another minivan ad, a Mazda this time. It says, "It just feels right," and an overhead drone style image, although not a drone because this is 1992, of a house in the wintertime. So I guess I don't know how they got this shot. A helicopter, probably? An ad for Hummel figurines. Two little girls on a dock whispering little secrets. Mirrored by two ceramic little Hummel girls doing the same thing. Good chocolate things. Wow. Here's a chocolate garland with a gold leaf bows and some molded chocolate leaves, fruits, hearts. Here's instructions for making the chocolate gold leaf bows. I've had Martha Stewart wreath making books before, and I know she loves the drama of a big ass bow. Another minivan ad. This one is for Ford Aerostar. Reminds me a bit of the boxy red minivan that my mom had when I was a kid, although we certainly did not have a living room with an airbag style leather upholstery. Classic crash test dummy illustration here. Do you remember the crash test dummy ads from, I guess, the same time period with the living crash test dummies? This Aerostar minivan is toting a boat, so we have a bit of a affluent lifestyle being proposed here. Oh gosh, okay, wow. So this really was the whole, like, setup for this chocolate wreath situation. We're getting instructions for every part of it. We have some chocolate cabbage. Yum! And some chocolate leaves. You're painting the melted chocolate onto, looks like eucalyptus leaves, and then you let it dry, peel it off. Oh my god. This is incredible. It says all do's, no don'ts, and it is a whole landscape of oversized Dole products with this little girl in her Easter outfit, even with a little Easter basket, taking in the sights. This is so cool. I love this. The combination of like the actual fruit the raw fruits with the packaging, this like juice palace up here on this balcony with a stone stairway leading up, this plastic punch fountain, the plastic wrapped vegetables like sticking out of the hillside. What an incredible image. And huge, so colorful. Oh boy, the Nordic track. My most recent video, I talked about my own personal history with Nordic tracks and how my grandmother had one, and it was a favorite as a plaything among the kids. This model here is on her Nordic track, skiing back and forth, and it's in like I guess a multi-purpose room. We have some kids' toys down here to sort of hint to you that even if you're a mom, you could do this. She's looking pretty killer with the headband and this whole body leotard with big white socks and white shoes. This is a very classic early 90s workout look, kind of shiny with sweat. She looks athletic and full of life. Here's a little side ad for Andersen windows, and what I like about this is we have this kind of picture-in-picture moment where you, me, the viewer, is visualizing that you are looking at an Andersen window patio and door fact book. And here's your thumb, your manicured thumb holding it up. I just like this kind of POV moment to get you really into the free excitement of it all. This is a craft-made kitchen. It says a kitchen planned for a master chef. Or you! I guess you can't be a master chef, so don't even try it. This kitchen is beyond glamour. There's gold, there's lucite stools, everything is white. White countertops, brass gold hardware, this big seashell. Mom's got a puffy perm, baby Jessica's got a big bow, Dad's got a Rolex. This minimalist postmodern lighting. This triangle-shaped window up here with a nondescript sky, fake sky background. Mom and Dad look so proud, and they should be. This is a double-page spread ad for books you can purchase. I love all of these little titles here. What a great cross-section of home lifestyle publications from this era. I'm looking at some of the titles here. We have Oh Fudge. And I really want to point out this cozy little vignette of some needlepoint pillows. Looks like we have some quilting going on in this one. There's a yarn balls with knitting needles, some thread for doing needlepoint, frilly edges. This is just a really nice little drop-in illustration to get you feeling homey and nesty, along with this kind of complicated, fussy appetizer situation up here. Okay, here's our hero, Martha. She looks like she's holding like a flamethrower, but it's integrated pest management. She's wearing similar jeans to what she has on the cover. This really nice saturated blue denim with a brown leather belt. And she has this over-the-shoulder canister of insecticide. She looks mighty and fabulous. So here is a ad for the brand is Fitting Pretty queen size pantyhose, and it has this incredible image of three women on a marble staircase. They're posing gorgeously in these all white outfits, and it has a marble backdrop. I love these graphic kind of squares within squares elements. This was reminding me very much of Designing Women meets Clueless. That's what this is giving me. I love it. This is a really cool illustration here for ActiBath, which is a soothing bath tablet. And we have this woman here in her bathtub. It's a split here where up top we have a gorgeous photograph of her luxuriating in the bath, holding her moisturized hands up. She's got a Captain Janeway swirly girl, Gibson girl updo with pearl earrings, a wicker basket with a sponge, bath accessories up here. But the real action happens down below this illustrated waterline. We have some illustration bubbles with our ActiBath tablet going off like an Alka-Seltzer tablet. And here's her nude body, tastefully obscured by these bubbles. Very effective, very beautiful. Absolute Vodka. And this one is Absolute Attraction. This martini glass is kind of like a plant bending towards the light, like a house plant, which is appropriate for Miss Martha Stewart here. Romantic dinner. Oh, it's romantic because this is the February issue, so it's for Valentine's Day, which is why we have these heart-shaped vegetables. Let's see, what does it say here? Roasted red peppers with parsnip puree and turnips and carrots shaped with tiny cookie cutters. I don't know about all that. I guess Miss Martha loves a theme. I'll tell you that. Ooh, here we have an action shot of a romantic dinner. Here we're in the perspective of the male suitor reaching out and holding the hands of his date in a bright magenta dress with a magenta curtain in the background. We have candles going, we have a chocolate souffle, champagne, high romance here. More heart-shaped treats. Here's some heart-shaped cookies. American houses. This looks like we're gonna have a lot of different illustrations of different types of classic American style building. Dutch colonial has this gambrel roof, like a barn roof. There's little windows up top, like Amityville horror windows around the fireplace chimney there. Gothic revival, giving us a little haunted house. All of this gingerbread ornamentation, but it's a spooky green color. Queen Anne, I guess this really actually is getting a little bit more haunted housey with all of the finials and dormers and balconies and big turret here. Here's the cakes. This was our cover star. Raspberry truffle cake, coconut cloud. They all have matching colored cake stands. Mocha Majolica, pistachio decor. Here's the Majolica, the Mocha Majolica again. I don't know, to be honest, this is a little bit ugly to me. Maybe it looks different in person. It certainly looks different in this purple tinted photograph than it does here. This looks like a mistake. Sorry, Martha. Majolica, which we saw before, talking about the Majolica mocha cake. So let's see what that is. These are sculptural dinnerware, I guess. Pile of eggs in a nest as a container with a lid on it. Here's a section about Brazil. Check out this kick up your feet moment with these blue strappy sandals with gems on them. Brazilian produce. Wow, is this how bananas grow? Yeah, bananas don't grow on trees. They are the fruit of the plants that produce one long stalk holding 10 to 14 hands of bananas, and at the end, a large red flower. This is some crazy, like Jurassic Park looking stuff. Wow. Oh, Martha, you are so classy. Look at this. Oh my God, I love this. This charter invitation. It's an invitation for you to subscribe to Martha Stewart Living, and it's in the form of an envelope with a wax seal. This is like so extra. I love her. Okay. The cover promised us a pull-out pattern for an exquisite needlepoint pillow, and here's our exquisite pillow with a flaming heart. This is pretty cool, actually, because the paper is thicker. This pattern paper is thicker than the rest of the magazine, so it's intended as like a reusable, like a real pattern that you could keep. And it has a perforated edge right here, so Martha's so thoughtful, thinking about giving us things we can actually use. Not me, I would never, but... So, editor's note, I have done my fair share of experimental needlework performance in college, so here's a clip of that for you. Tell me some of your favorite quotes, if you have any.
You're only as strong as the martinis you drink, the tables you dance on, and the friends that you have.
And now back to the video. More dull fruit, another sort of underfilled plate of chicken with 2 pineapple rings from a can. He feels sort of out of time with this 1992 growing your own dry beans and making heart-shaped turnip Valentine's Day dishes, and then you have this canned pineapple plunked down on this chicken breast. I gotta be honest, this magazine was a little heavy on text, so pardon me skipping all that. Here's a Jergens ad featuring a whole frightening fish. Now get germs plus odors off of your hands. Can you imagine touching a whole dead raw fish and then not washing your hands and just using hand sanitizer? Disgusting. You know, speaking of stink, I've noticed that this magazine, Martha Stewart Living, doesn't have any cigarette ads at all. And in my previous 2 videos where I was looking at, from the same era, grocery store checkout line, like quick grab, cheap magazines that are sort of bi-weekly, disposable, those were full of cigarette ads. Not a single cigarette ad in here. That is interesting to me. This is really trying to convey a message of aspirational virtuousness and like healthy living, you know, not even referencing the fact that some people could possibly smoke. Very different messaging with the ads. Last page here, we have a little personal anecdote from Martha herself. It says, "Remembering a good cry. Tears were my secret comfort, a welcome but faintly guilty pleasure." Wow, kind of surprising. I guess I don't think of Martha Stewart as a crier, but I suppose that's why she's got to tell us that in this little section here. Last page here, we have a blue Italian China dinnerware ad from Spode. Plasticky looking breakfast foods, strawberries, toast, orange juice, 1 egg. All right. Here is the back cover. We have another crash test dummy illustration here to advertise the airbags. I guess airbags, it was all about airbags back in the early 90s. Couldn't get enough of them. For the all-new 1992 Toyota Camry, not a minivan, interestingly. I think this is the only time we saw a standard kind of 4-door sedan-style car advertised in this whole magazine. And that's it. That is our issue of Martha Stewart Living, February and March 1992. This was a great one. I loved how large format this magazine was. I would love to know what stood out to you. Did you enjoy the kind of different feel of this one compared to the other down market women's magazine publications that we looked at in the previous videos? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. What is your relationship status?
Engaged.
Oh, engaged? Well, that is exciting. Congratulations.